Welcome to Sleepy History Stories. Tonight we will drift slowly into the quiet, sheltered spaces of ancient homes, exploring how early civilizations carefully designed their dwellings to keep out the rain and create calm indoor lives. Imagine walking along a narrow path leading to a small village, the sky heavy with clouds, a soft drizzle falling around you, and the smell of wet earth rising from the fields. The faint sound of raindrops hitting thatched roofs mixes with distant bird calls and the gentle murmur of running water. These were the rhythms of daily life for countless generations, shaping how people lived, rested, and moved within their homes. Early architects and builders understood that shelter from rain was essential not only for survival, but for comfort, routine, and community. Roofs were steeply pitched to let water run quickly into channels or simple drains. Clay tiles, reeds, or tightly bound thatch were layered meticulously, creating surfaces that resisted moisture while allowing gentle airflow. Walls were often thick and coated with plaster or mud, protecting the interior from dampness while helping maintain warmth. In some ancient Mesopotamian homes, recessed doorways and elevated floors prevented water from seeping in during heavy rains, reflecting a calm, considered approach to the natural environment. Inside, life unfolded slowly, protected from the elements. Families carried out daily chores, tending hearths, preparing meals, or weaving cloth while the rain tapped softly on the roof. Smoke from fires rose carefully through chimneys or small vents, mingling with the earthy aroma of wet walls and the warmth of clay floors. Children played quietly with small wooden or clay toys, their laughter blending softly with the rhythm of the falling rain outside. Adults moved deliberately, carrying water, grinding grain, or shaping clay, each action performed with careful attention to space and time. One historical fact is that in ancient Egyptian homes, even small courtyards were designed to channel rainwater away from living spaces, demonstrating early engineering for indoor comfort. Furniture and storage within these homes reflected both practicality and calm. Low benches, woven mats, wooden chests, and clay vessels were arranged thoughtfully, leaving space for movement while providing accessible surfaces for daily tasks. Tools and household objects were stored carefully to avoid water damage, demonstrating a deep awareness of how indoor organization affected comfort and efficiency. In many cultures, indoor spaces were multifunctional. A single room might serve as kitchen, living area, and workshop, requiring design that protected both people and possessions from moisture while allowing life to continue smoothly. The placement of windows, doors, and overhangs was guided by experience and observation. Openings were often small or recessed to reduce the entry of rain, and eaves extended outward to keep walls dry. In ancient Chinese homes, water would be directed along gently sloping tiled roofs into carefully positioned channels, creating a soft soundscape of dripping water that was both practical and soothing. Similarly, in northern Europe, homes were often built slightly raised on stone platforms to keep interiors dry, a slow and deliberate solution that required long-term planning and careful construction. Daily routines were influenced by weather and shelter. Rainy days encouraged slower indoor activities with quiet crafts, storytelling, and preparation for future needs. People worked steadily, uninterrupted by mud or water entering the home. The faint rhythmic tapping of rain on roofs and walls became part of the sensory environment, a gentle companion to calm work and domestic life. Archaeologists note that in several cultures, rainwater was collected in small cisterns or clay jars, not only to protect homes, but also to provide an essential resource for cooking, washing, and irrigation, linking shelter with careful resource management. Pause for a moment and imagine the smell of damp clay and wood, the gentle warmth of a hearth, the low hum of indoor activity, and the soft patter of rain outside. Picture children playing, families moving deliberately, and every surface and object chosen to maintain comfort and calm. Life indoors was not hurried or chaotic. It was slow, intentional, and deeply connected to the environment. If you are listening now, gently comment what time it is and where you are listening from. The day continues quietly inside these ancient homes, each moment unfolding at a gentle pace. Light filters softly through small, carefully placed windows or openings, casting pale patterns across floors and earthen walls. The scent of damp earth lingers faintly, mixing with the warm aroma of cooking fires and drying herbs. Each room seems to breathe slowly, holding the sounds of indoor life in a calm, measured rhythm. People move deliberately, their motions fluid and unhurried, attuned to the quiet necessity of maintaining shelter from rain and moisture. Cooking is a central part of daily life indoors. Meals are prepared on low hearths or simple clay stoves, where wood or charcoal burns slowly, providing steady warmth while keeping smoke from filling the room. The soft crackle of fire blends with the occasional hiss of water boiling and the muted thump of kneading dough. In some early cultures, such as in the Aegean or early Mesopotamia, families would place stones or clay slabs around cooking areas to channel heat efficiently, preventing walls and floors from becoming damp. Every movement in the kitchen is purposeful, yet slow, as if the rhythm of preparation itself is a meditation. Water management inside the home is equally deliberate. Small channels or sloped surfaces guide any stray rainwater safely away from floors and storage areas. Containers of water are stored at convenient heights, often in clay jars or wooden buckets, and handled with care to avoid spills. In certain ancient Chinese homes, small drain pipes directed runoff from roofs into storage containers, showing an early understanding of integrating natural precipitation with daily utility. Even minor details, such as the placement of mats or low platforms, are considered, ensuring that human movement remains dry and comfortable, regardless of the weather outside. Storage and organization inside these homes emphasize accessibility and calm. Clay vessels hold grains, dried legumes, or preserved fruits, their shapes chosen to fit naturally on shelves or niches. Wooden chests or woven baskets keep tools and textiles safely elevated, while small racks or hooks allow items to dry slowly without contact with damp floors. In Northern Europe, raised wooden floors served a similar purpose, separating inhabitants and possessions from wet ground while allowing air to circulate. Each design choice, however simple, contributes to an overall atmosphere of quiet order and protection from the rain. Daily routines adjust seamlessly to weather and indoor conditions. Children play quietly with simple wooden toys, cloth dolls, or small clay figures, their laughter soft and contained within the protective walls. Adults move between tasks with steady attention, grinding grain, weaving cloth, or repairing household items. The soft patter of rain outside becomes part of the sensory environment, a gentle companion that encourages slow work and deliberate attention. In some early Mediterranean homes, Even the arrangement of furniture and mats reflected this sensitivity to sound and movement, allowing domestic life to continue in harmony with both weather and space. Lighting is subtle and practical. Oil lamps, small braziers, or candles provide steady illumination without overwhelming the senses. Their gentle glow reflects off walls, creating soft shadows that move slowly with the flickering flame. In cultures such as ancient Egypt, homes were oriented to maximize daylight during short winter days, while lamps supplemented light during early mornings and evenings. These design choices encourage calm, reflective movement indoors and reduce the need to rush about in damp or slippery conditions. By midday, the home is alive with quiet activity. Every corner serves a purpose. Low benches for working, mats for sitting, shelves for storage, and hearths for warmth. Rain may continue to fall outside, but inside there is rhythm, continuity, and a soothing sense of order. People tend to their tasks with a gentle patience, understanding that each small effort contributes to comfort, security, and the calm functioning of daily life. Pause here and imagine the faint smell of wet earth mixing with warmth from the hearth, the gentle glow of lamps, and the soft rhythm of movement indoors. Feel the careful attention of inhabitants, the protection provided by walls and roof, and the slow, enduring calm of life inside these ancient shelters. As the day continues inside these ancient homes, the subtle textures of walls, floors, and furnishings become more apparent. Clay walls, often reinforced with straw or reeds, radiate a gentle warmth that contrasts with the dampness beyond the roof. Wooden beams creak softly as they settle under the weight of thatch or tiles above. Every surface, from stone thresholds to woven mats, carries the memory of careful shaping and placement, evidence of a long tradition of adapting human life to the environment. In many early settlements, this attention to detail ensured that indoor spaces remained dry, comfortable, and conducive to daily routines even during prolonged rains. Daily chores proceed with measured rhythm. Women may grind grain or knead dough, their hands moving slowly over the coarse surfaces of stone or wooden tools. The faint smell of flour mingles with smoke from the hearth, creating a calm atmosphere that is both practical and comforting. Men, when present, attend to repairs or maintenance, perhaps patching a leak in the roof, adjusting wooden beams, or reapplying clay to walls where water may have seeped. In ancient Roman homes, for instance, interior plaster was sometimes treated with lime to repel moisture, a subtle innovation that combined health, comfort, and longevity. The children's presence adds a gentle liveliness without breaking the calm. They move slowly, playing with small carved animals, dolls made of cloth, or simple counting stones. Their movements and laughter are soft, contained within the protective walls of the home. Every toy is carefully chosen or crafted to be durable and safe, often reflecting the environment and daily life around them. In northern European dwellings, for example, small wooden figurines carved by older siblings or parents were common, teaching children both skill and patience while connecting them to household and community traditions. Food preparation and storage continue to dominate indoor life. Clay jars and wooden containers hold grains, preserved fruits, and salted meats, arranged to prevent dampness from spoiling them. Small hearths are positioned to allow gentle smoke to rise and escape through vents or chimneys, keeping air breathable while contributing subtle warmth to the floors and walls. Even the placement of shelves and containers reflects a quiet understanding of gravity, airflow, and human movement, demonstrating a calm attentiveness to both function and comfort. Indoor social life proceeds quietly, often centered around the hearth. Families gather to share meals, tell stories, or prepare goods for trade or gift-giving. Conversation is measured, voices low, blending naturally with the faint sounds of rain against the roof. In early Chinese homes, family members would often engage in tasks like weaving, embroidery, or writing near the fire, creating patterns of sound and movement that reinforced calm domestic rhythms. The careful balance between work, play, and rest within these enclosed spaces highlights the ingenuity of early domestic design, which sought not only to protect from rain, but also to nurture daily life and human interaction. Windows and doors play a subtle yet essential role in managing the indoor environment. Openings are typically small or recessed, designed to allow light and air without inviting the wetness of outside storms. Wooden shutters, mats, or clay barriers can be used to further regulate conditions. In the homes of ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia, for instance, overhanging eaves and small courtyards helped divert rainfall while creating shaded, cooler areas for gathering. Every architectural detail, no matter how minor, contributes to a holistic sense of calm, ensuring that the household operates smoothly and safely regardless of weather. As afternoon gently stretches into evening, the indoor space becomes a sanctuary. The smell of damp earth beyond the walls contrasts with the warmth inside. Soft shadows lengthen across floors and walls, cast by low fires or flickering lamps. The sound of dripping water outside, channeled away from living spaces, forms a soothing backdrop to the deliberate, measured motions of household members. Life indoors is both practical and serene, shaped by centuries of observation and experience, a quiet choreography that balances protection, comfort, and routine. Pause here and imagine the textures, scents, and soft light of an ancient home, the gentle rhythm of indoor life, and the enduring protection offered by careful design. Let the quiet satisfaction of functional spaces, slow movement, and the faint sound of rain become a gentle companion for your own moments of calm and reflection. As evening approaches, the home transforms under the soft interplay of fading daylight and the warm glow of fires and lamps. Shadows stretch lazily across the walls, following the gentle flicker of flames from low hearths or oil lamps carefully positioned to illuminate work and gathering spaces without disturbing the calm of the household. The faint scent of smoke, mingled with baked bread or simmering stews, creates a rich, layered atmosphere, comforting and steady. Outside, rain may continue to fall, but inside the air feels warm, dry, and serene. Household members move slowly and deliberately, each gesture thoughtful and purposeful. Adults check storage areas, making sure grains, dried fruits, and firewood remain dry and ready for the night. Children move quietly near the hearth, finishing small crafts or stories, their soft whispers adding subtle life without disturbing the sense of peace. In some ancient European homes, families would sit on low benches or mats, using quiet evening hours to mend clothing, carve small toys, or share lessons and wisdom. The rhythm of these activities mirrors the rhythm of the natural world, measured by fading light, the movement of clouds outside, and the steady fall of rain. Water management remains an ongoing concern. Small drains, channels, and slightly elevated floors ensure that any seepage from outside is diverted quietly, preserving both warmth and comfort. In certain early Chinese and Mesopotamian dwellings, rainwater would be collected in small cisterns, reused for washing or irrigation, or carefully guided away from living areas, illustrating how the presence of water was incorporated thoughtfully into the domestic environment. Every action within the home is tempered by attentiveness to both utility and calm, a quiet choreography that ensures smooth daily life regardless of weather conditions. Even simple objects and furnishings reflect this careful attention. Mats and woven fabrics are positioned to absorb moisture. Furniture is arranged to allow ease of movement, and tools are stored so they remain accessible yet safe from damp. Clay vessels for storage are sealed or elevated, while wooden chests, shelves, and racks are positioned to promote airflow and prevent stagnation. These small, deliberate choices shape not only the function of the home, but also the sensory experience, creating an atmosphere that feels calm, safe, and measured. Mealtime provides another gentle rhythm. The low crackle of the fire is accompanied by the subtle sound of utensils or grinding stones. Food is prepared slowly, often in multiple stages, with care taken to preserve warmth and flavor. Ingredients are sourced with awareness of season and storage, reflecting a deep understanding of both environment and human needs. In early Mediterranean homes, for example, herbs, grains, and preserved fruits were combined carefully to nourish the household, while maintaining cleanliness and preventing spoilage, a slow and methodical practice that mirrored the overall calm pace of indoor life. Evening activities often extend into quiet communal time. Families may gather near the hearth, weaving, storytelling, or quietly discussing the day. The soft ambient sound of rain outside becomes part of the sensory environment, mingling with low voices and the occasional creak of wooden beams. These moments are unhurried and reflective, fostering connection and teaching patience, skill, and mindfulness to younger members of the household. Archaeological findings suggest that this gentle communal rhythm was common in many early civilizations, emphasizing the balance between shelter, family, and calm daily routines. As night deepens, the home becomes a cocoon of warmth and quiet. Firelight flickers along walls, revealing textures of clay, straw, and wood. The faint scent of cooking fires lingers with that of damp air from outside, creating a layered and calming atmosphere. The slow, deliberate rhythm of domestic life continues, each motion measured and purposeful, as if the home itself were guiding its inhabitants toward rest. In this gentle environment, the protection offered by careful design is fully realized, sheltering families from rain and providing a steady, serene space for living, learning, and reflecting on the day. Take a moment to breathe slowly and imagine the warmth, the textures, and the gentle interplay of light, sound, and scent within an ancient home. Let the soft rhythm of indoor life, the muted patter of rain outside, and the calm presence of protective walls accompany you as your thoughts begin to settle. Night deepens, and the rhythm of life inside the home slows even further. The flickering light of a hearth or oil lamp casts long, gentle shadows across walls and floors, highlighting the textures of clay, plaster, and woven mats. Every surface has been shaped and maintained with care, from smoothed floor areas to reinforced corners, each detail contributing to a sense of calm and safety. Outside, rain continues to fall softly, its gentle tapping on roofs and eaves forming a steady, soothing background that blends seamlessly with the quiet motions of those inside. Evenings are often a time for careful maintenance and preparation. Adults move slowly, checking that storage vessels remain dry, hearths are secure, and tools are ready for future use. Wooden chests and shelves are examined, ensuring that cloth, food, and household implements are safe from dampness. In ancient Mesopotamian homes, for example, small niches in walls held clay jars or woven baskets elevated above the floor, reflecting a sophisticated awareness of both moisture control and accessibility. These subtle design choices create a living environment that is both protective and harmonious, blending function with the calm rhythms of daily life. Crafts and small household projects fill the evening hours. Children work quietly on simple toys or learning tasks, while adults might weave baskets, mend garments, or carve small implements. Every movement is deliberate and unhurried, creating a space in which skill, attention, and patience are cultivated. In many early European homes, such tasks were not merely practical, but also a form of gentle education, teaching young people how to navigate both the home environment and seasonal challenges. The soft sound of hands shaping materials, the rhythmic tapping of tools, and the occasional whisper of conversation together create a serene indoor soundscape that encourage mindfulness and focus. Cooking continues in measured stages, with food prepared carefully to maintain warmth, flavor, and nourishment. Stews, grains, and preserved vegetables are slowly combined, their aromas mingling with the faint scent of damp earth from outside. In northern homes, clay ovens or hearths retain heat efficiently, allowing slow cooking even during long, rainy periods. Every motion is purposeful, from tending the fire to stirring contents, reflecting a deep awareness of the interplay between environment, materials, and human needs. Ancient builders and homemakers alike understood that comfort depended as much on careful attention to daily tasks as on the design of walls and roofs. Lighting remains soft, controlled, and deliberate. Oil lamps, small braziers, or strategically placed candles provide gentle illumination, enough to carry out tasks without disturbing the calm of the evening. Shadows shift slowly across walls, blending with the warm hues of clay, plaster, and wood. In early Chinese dwellings, lamps were positioned to extend visibility in key areas while leaving other corners dim, creating spaces of quiet reflection and calm. The interplay of light and shadow contributes to a sense of rhythm and continuity, subtly guiding movement and encouraging gentle focus. Family interactions are measured and intentional. Meals are shared slowly, conversations are hushed, and laughter is gentle, blending naturally with the muted sounds of rain. In many early cultures, evening gatherings were an opportunity not only to share food, but also to transmit knowledge, tell stories, and reinforce social bonds. The protective design of the home ensures that such exchanges occur in comfort, shielded from the rain and chill outside. Every small ritual, from passing vessels to offering small portions to children, emphasizes attentiveness, care, and calm connection. As the night deepens further, the home becomes fully settled, each element in its place and each person at ease. The structure itself feels alive in a quiet sense, absorbing warmth from the hearth, resisting dampness from outside, and guiding the household through a night of safety and comfort. The rhythmic tapping of rain continues softly on the roof, a gentle reminder of the world beyond, while indoors life unfolds slowly, protected and harmonious. Pause now and allow yourself to imagine the textures, scents, and warmth of this ancient home. Feel the steady rhythm of indoor life, the protective embrace of carefully designed spaces, and the calm, enduring comfort that arises when every element of a dwelling is shaped with thought, patience, and care. As night deepens, the home's calm atmosphere continues to unfold, each sound and movement measured and deliberate. The gentle crackle of the hearth fills the central space, sending warmth slowly into every corner, while shadows shift softly along the walls, emphasizing the textures of clay, straw, and wood that have been shaped and maintained over time. Outside, rain continues its steady descent, pattering on roofs and eaves in a rhythm that feels both familiar and soothing. The interplay of light, warmth, and sound creates a serene environment, allowing those inside to move slowly, safely, and deliberately through their domestic routines. One of the most remarkable aspects of ancient homes was the way they balanced utility with comfort. Hearths, often central in placement, provided warmth and light while serving as hubs for cooking and social activity. Smoke was guided carefully through vents, chimneys, or open areas, preserving air quality and preventing dampness from settling in corners. Floors, whether clay, packed earth, or lightly elevated wooden boards, were shaped to remain dry and comfortable underfoot. In early Mesopotamian and Egyptian homes, slight inclines and strategically placed drainage channels directed water away from interiors, allowing daily life to continue undisturbed even during heavy rains. Even routine tasks were performed with a sense of calm mindfulness. Adults moved slowly, tending fires, preparing food, or organizing storage, while children observed, imitated, and engaged in quiet play. Each movement was intentional, avoiding unnecessary disturbance to the space or to others. Tools were handled gently, whether stirring clay or weaving reeds, their placement and use reflecting an understanding of rhythm and space. The home itself seemed to encourage this slow pace, its design reinforcing ease of movement and clear separation between damp areas and dry, usable surfaces. Food and sustenance remained central to indoor life, yet the process of preparing and serving meals was inherently measured. Grains, legumes, and preserved vegetables were combined with care, and firewood was added gradually to maintain a steady temperature. The aromas of cooking, combined with the warmth of clay floors and walls, created a rich, comforting environment that was both practical and calming. In northern Europe, homes were sometimes built with raised platforms or stone bases to prevent wet conditions from affecting stored food, demonstrating a long-standing attentiveness to environment, resource management, and comfort. Lighting was subtle but effective. Oil lamps, small fires, or candles were positioned to provide illumination without disrupting the calm atmosphere. Shadows shifted slowly across walls, highlighting corners and niches while guiding inhabitants gently through rooms. In ancient Chinese dwellings, careful positioning of lamps helped extend visibility during short winter days, while maintaining a sense of tranquility and introspection. The interaction of soft light, warmth, and protected space reinforced the rhythm of indoor life, making each task feel deliberate and soothing rather than hurried or stressful. Social interactions inside these homes were similarly measured and gentle. Families shared meals slowly, spoke in low voices, and worked side by side in quiet harmony. Storytelling, weaving, or small crafts became both practical tasks and opportunities for connection, teaching younger members of the household patience, observation, and the value of calm focus. The protective design of the home, sheltering inhabitants from rain and wind, allowed these interactions to occur in comfort, nurturing both social bonds and individual well-being. As the night grows stiller, the home's calmness becomes almost tangible. Walls, floors, and roofs hold the warmth and security that careful design has provided, while the sound of rain outside forms a soft, rhythmic companion. Every object, surface, and corner has been shaped with intention, and every movement of the household unfolds in harmony with the structure. In this quiet environment, life is slow, deliberate, and enduring, a reflection of centuries of knowledge about shelter, weather, and the gentle rhythms of daily living. Pause here and imagine the warmth, gentle shadows, and quiet activity of an ancient home. Feel the soft protection of walls and roof, the subtle guidance of light and space, and the calm, unhurried rhythm of life indoors. Let this image accompany you as your thoughts begin to soften, preparing for the next stages of evening and rest. Night has settled fully over the village, and inside the home a profound calm prevails. The warmth of the hearth spreads slowly through the space, touching every wall, floor, and corner with gentle heat. Shadows flicker softly across surfaces, revealing the textures of clay, plaster, straw, and wood that have been shaped, maintained, and arranged over generations. The faint, soothing sound of rain tapping on the roof and eaves forms a continuous, gentle rhythm, blending naturally with the quiet movements of the household. In this environment, life slows to its most deliberate pace, each action thoughtful, measured, and harmonious with the surrounding space. The final chores of the day are carried out quietly. Adults check the storage of grains, dried fruits, and firewood one last time, making sure everything is safe from moisture and ready for the coming day. Tools are returned to their places, mats are adjusted for comfort, and small repairs are attended to with steady, careful hands. Children settle near the fire, finishing simple tasks or quietly playing with carved wooden figures, their small movements contributing softly to the household rhythm. Each motion is deliberate, as if the home itself encourages patience and attentiveness. In ancient northern European homes, for instance, elevated sleeping platforms ensured that children rested away from damp floors while still, remaining near the warmth and presence of family, reflecting a deep understanding of comfort and protection. Evening meals are shared slowly, allowing conversation, reflection, and gentle laughter to mingle with the sounds of rain and fire. Food is consumed with care, and attention is paid to warmth, taste, and nourishment. Clay jars, wooden containers, and woven baskets are arranged thoughtfully to keep items dry, accessible, and orderly. The interior of the home functions as a carefully balanced ecosystem, each detail supporting calm, continuity, and the well-being of its inhabitants. In ancient China and Mesopotamia, the thoughtful arrangement of spaces and objects helped guide movement, prevent dampness, and create a serene environment for all activities within the home. Lighting remains soft and contemplative. Oil lamps, small fires, and candles provide gentle illumination, enough to move safely through the space and complete quiet tasks, but never overwhelming the senses. The shadows they cast enhance the feeling of depth and texture, emphasizing the careful craftsmanship of walls, beams, and furniture. The interplay of light and shadow, warmth and stillness creates an immersive, calming atmosphere where each moment is slow and deliberate. As the household prepares to rest, the home itself seems to embrace stillness. Floors, walls, and ceilings hold residual warmth from the day, while the rain outside forms a subtle, consistent background that soothes rather than distracts. Families gather near the hearth, sharing a final word or gesture, exchanging quiet attention, and preparing for the slow transition to sleep. In this setting, the home fulfills its most essential purpose: protection, comfort, and the creation of a safe, calm environment where life can unfold naturally and peacefully. Now, take a deep breath and imagine the gentle warmth, soft shadows, and quiet presence of this ancient home. Feel the protective embrace of walls and roof, the steady rhythm of rain outside, and the slow, comforting cadence of domestic life. Let these images and sensations wash over you, releasing tension and guiding your thoughts toward serenity. Thank you for spending this tranquil journey with Sleepy History Stories. Wherever you are listening from and whatever time it may be, may the calm of these ancient homes accompany you as you rest. Allow the warmth, safety, and gentle rhythms of the past to settle softly around your mind, easing you into peace and gentle sleep. Good night, and rest well.